I am ready, anxious to share with you. You know, you hear about some of the typical stuff, a diamond ring, a beautiful vine-covered cottage, all those wonderful things you think about in a perfect marriage. It doesn't necessarily mean you're going to have a perfect marriage. In fact, there are some secrets that Dino Watt is the CEO with the Business of Marriage, and you say you have to think of it like a business plan. Now, you know, there are people out there right now saying, oh, that's so typical. Two guys sitting around saying you should view marriage like a business. But Is that the way you have to view it?
Well, I view it as not just a marriage, but using using business practices in your marriage for success. You know, successful businesses are successful for a reason. They have specific systems in place to make sure they're successful. So that's what I mean by the business of marriage.
So by implementing some of those same successful principles that businesses use into a marriage, it'll actually make the marriage stronger and more successful, right?
That's correct. I mean, if it's good enough for Fortune 500 companies, why isn't it good enough for what I believe the most important business in the world is, which is marriage?
Okay, we'll start off with a contract. A lot of businesses have a contract. You need a contract in a marriage?
Yeah, I don't believe a pretend marriage, or what I call playing house, works. Two people getting together to start a business to become partners, if they don't have a contract together, it's not looked at in the business world as a real business. So therefore, in a marriage, you need to be truly married. You need to have an official marriage. Now, of course, you're not going to have a contract drawn up. However, you need to make sure that it is marriage. In my seminars, I actually exclude people who are playing house together.
So you've got to have the contract in order even to come to the seminar.
Or be working on the contract.
Okay.
You can be engaged or wanting to get married at a future date. You might not even have a boyfriend or girlfriend at the time, but if you have the desire to become a business partner, great.
We're going to tell you more about Dino's seminars and how that can actually strengthen your marriage as well in just a couple seconds. Another thing you say is evaluate daily, like a business might do.
Absolutely. I mean, businesses always have employee evaluations or shareholder meetings to make sure they know where they're going, where they were, and what their goals are. Why don't we have that in marriages? You should always have a daily get-together, and I do mean daily get-together, whether you're out of town or in town, get on the phone together and talk about how your day was, what needs to be worked on, what needs to be fixed. And my favorite time is pillow talk time, because there's no interruptions, there's no kids running around, and it forces the both of you to go to bed at the same time together, which I think is very important in a marriage.
Okay, you also mentioned team building. I know that like here at our work on Studio 5, we have these exercises, we get together, we build team, we have these meetings where we all come together and build that teamwork.
That's correct.
You do that in a marriage too?
Absolutely. I mean, like you said, more and more businesses here at Studio 5 and everywhere else, they're doing these activities to build a core together, to make sure that we're working on the same goals together and we're having fun together. The important thing to remember is that there should always be dating. There should always be hey, I need you to fall in love with me again, and I want to fall in love with you again. That's so important to make sure that there is a core there as a family.
You talk about tough recruiting. Now, that sort of comes in. Is that like dating kind of stuff, or how do you do that?
Well, you know, it's funny. You don't see Fortune 500 companies just sitting out an ad saying, hey, we want to hire somebody, and they hire anybody who sends in a resume. No, they actually go through a very specific recruitment process. And too often we hear, oh, dating is fun. It should be enjoyable. And then as soon as we get married, what does everybody say? Oh, marriage is work. It's a lot of hard. Yeah, right? Exactly. It should be the exact opposite. If you work hard at dating and you are scrutinizing the people that you're dating and you're asking all the right questions and you make sure you get the right person, then marriage is fun and easy, the way it should be. A great mentor of mine named T. Harv Eker says, if you do things that are hard, life will be easy. If you do things that are easy, life will be hard.
Hey, great words right there. And of course, that fits in with marriage. I know a lot of you at the beginning were thinking, you shouldn't be thinking of a marriage like a business, but you can see the principles are there. If you would like to know more, of course, there's more of Dino's tips on our website, all 7 of them. Plus, we're going to have actually 2 free Business of Marriage preview seminars. We've got one coming on March 1st in Salt Lake and one on March 15th in Provo. If you want to be part of that, get a little preview of how that seminar can benefit you, you go online to bizofmarriage.com. Thebizofmarriage.com. There's the website at the bottom. You can register for either one of those 2 seminars. Then, on April 4th and 5th, the Business of Marriage will present an intense 2-day seminar. It's valued at $1,000. We want to give one of those away to someone. A little registration for either a soon-to-be married couple or someone who has been married, wants to be able to strengthen things.
Even divorced couples are great, because then they're going to understand why they got divorced. You know, I believe I can tell any married couple how to be successful, or any divorced couple or divorced person why they got divorced and how to fix it for the next time.
If you'd like that, email us at studio5@ksl.com. Put marriage in the subject line, and we'll select one couple at random to attend the seminar. Thanks for stopping in.
Thank you very much.
Coming up, Brooke and I are headed for the big fold-off competition. How easy is it to get that perfect square? Find out next.
Next, Rachel Ray. It's our favorite game with a hunky new twist. Enrique Iglesias is doing the stumping.
That is just filthy.
What else could it be?